Hi, Misha here, and it's a Blackbox. Yeah, I haven't done one in a while. I haven't really been too talkative. Haven't really done live streams. I've been actually very busy though. If you look over on the Mishaco channel, been actually quite a few new guns when possible. When it's not raining, guess what it's doing right now? Yeah, raining, and it was storming heavy earlier. I am so tired of rain and storms. It has infinitely delayed just everything in and of life here, to do with the cabin and everything else. Because yeah, nothing major can be done in the rain. Oh well, such is life. What can you do? So, been working on quite a few gun videos. Not many videos for this channel, unfortunately. I haven't had any really new models or toys to talk about, or, sorry, figures. Done a couple of things here and there, but mostly things I've been meaning to do for a while. It'll change, it really will. And really what I think this channel will kind of end up morphing into will be more about my times out at the cabin, you know, living out there, just whatever I kind of get up to, you know, all in good time. I got the AK World channel up. I've got about 3 dozen videos on it now. I'd actually intended to upload more quicker, but again, time has been very, not limited, but I've had a lot going on, and I've just been trying to do this and that, and unfortunately something like that, while it's something I want to do, it's more for fun than work or family. So, you know, there it is. And, well, as far as political news, you really don't want my opinion on the whole Donald Trump thing. In the gun world, I don't suppose there's been just a whole lot new, but we've had quite a few interesting guns from Mishaco. The SIG MCX Spear, James River BM59, and actually finally went ahead and did a video. It's not up yet, but did a video on the Strybog. Mostly just kind of got bored and figured, why not? As a series of videos that I've had a lot of fun doing, and I know they won't get a lot of views, they never do, but bayonets. I did a big one on Enfield SMLE, so, you know, Mark III bayonets, and another one I've done but haven't published yet on number 4 bayonets and number 5, so jungle carbine. It's just more of something for me. I've also had quite a few FAL videos in the works. I actually bought from DS Arms first time in a while and got their stuff in, and kind of pretty happy with their modern construction, which is good because I've heard more than a few people complain that PTR has really gone down in quality since 2020, 2021 time period. But the DS Arms guns seem to be still pretty crackerjack. Since it has been raining, I've done a couple of indoor videos over on Mishaco, and again, the cabin is unfortunately stalled out. We're still waiting on the well digger because, you know, he's just delayed because of the ground. I did go and recently purchase appliances and pick out cabinets and kind of get all that done. So at least it's done, but yeah, we needed to finally stop raining and not rain for a couple of weeks. I mean, here we are, still first part of June, but soon it'll be the middle of June. But yeah, nothing new in animal world, although there is a stray cat that has been photobombing some of our outdoor videos and has been kind of around the yard talking to me, so that's great. That's fantastic. Not really sure I have any gun projects I'm working on in particular myself. I don't have anything major. Still nothing new on the whole Swiss guns. I talked to Dave yesterday, and who knows? Who knows, guys? They're supposed to be in March, and here we are again, June, so 3 months and counting behind. I have been going and pulling more personal guns to list. Again, cover the appliances, and we'll start kind of posting those soon. Trying to find guns, if they're not exactly 100% duplicates of ones I already have, at least I already have ones that are similar, But yeah, this is why I haven't really done black boxes. I don't really have a whole lot to say, but it's not like it's a bad thing. I'm in pretty good spirits, and I've been busy. It's not like I've had a work slump. I've just kind of had more of a nose to the grindstone mentality. Haven't been really outdoors musing quite a bit. Mostly spending time with my family. Trying to do that stuff. And avoiding talking about Donald Trump because there's no reason, for my opinion. It's not really worth anything. Master Replicas will be losing their Star Trek license this month, and I'm wondering who will pick up the Star Trek diecast license. Surely someone will, and I hope so. I'd really like to get some ships from Picard Season 3. I'd like to get... I know it's a thing, but I'd like to get some of the ships from Discovery's Seasons 4 and 5. I'd like to get the new Constitution class. By the way, the final episode of Discovery was a week or two ago now. For what it's worth. I never much defended the show, but I was never much one of the outright haters either. Just like, it's a TV show. Some episodes are good, some episodes are meh. And I don't really take it personal one way or the other. It just is. If it entertains and you enjoy, great. If you don't, oh well. But haven't really been watching. A friend did recommend watching the Fallout series on Amazon, and since it's only 8 episodes, I've been kind of dragging that out intentionally, watching them slowly. I haven't seen any movies of note lately. Yeah. I feel like I'm boring, but I'm at the same time I feel like I've been getting a lot done. Everyone in the family is good. Kind of no change there. Hoping we can all meet up for 4th of July. Do all that fun kind of stuff. Oh, we need to take the cats for their yearly vet visit, but literally it's like herding cats, getting them all together to take them there. Ate a good hamburger yesterday. There's some news. It was like a Mexican taco burger thing. But Just sitting there listening to it rain. I think the birds are just happy the thunderstorm part of it. It's kind of windy, kind of gusty out right now, but earlier it was really coming down in sheets. I mean, it was blowing almost sideways. Still have a couple more videos I want to finish up this week, and kind of feel like I want to work today and then be lazy this weekend. I need a good lazy weekend, kind of like catch up on things. How about you? How's everyone been doing? Are your kids out of school? The school got out here about a week ago. Or maybe you're in college yourself, so you got out. Any vacation plans for the summer? Anything you'd want to do? Any projects you're looking forward to? Obviously, the cabin's kind of my whole thing. Once we finish construction of it, then I get to furnish it and, decorate it as such and whatnot. But at this point, until the water gets done, the well gets dug, we're kind of at a stuck point. That's all we're waiting on. Pretty much all the wiring and all that's done. Need to do a little bit more insulation up in the attic, and need to paint. But again, it's been too wet to paint. It would not work. Yep. Another big gust of wind. I'm not sure if the mic is picking that up or not. We had tornadoes come through a couple of weeks ago. They didn't get too close to us, but nearby towns 15-20 minutes down the road got hit. In fact, quite a few people were without power, and one or two people lost their lives. So it wasn't the worst we've ever had, but it was kind of a mess. It's one of those things where on paper it didn't seem so bad, but then when you actually went down and saw, like, we went to go have lunch a week after it happened, and a place we liked was temporarily shut down because they got damaged pretty severely during all that rigmarole. But hopefully they'll rebound. Yeah, people are definitely out and about doing something. Has anything else really been on the news besides Donald Trump, which you don't want to hear me talk about? As I said earlier, I've kind of picked some guns to put up for auction. I've already sold a fair few this season. Sold one of my 1911 A1s, the Remington Rand. I decided to keep the Ithaca. Even though the Remington Rand was objectively in better shape, there's just something about the Ithaca I kind of liked. I sold the 1943 Walther P38 I had. It was a really good, solid gun, but I have a 41 and a 45, and I just really didn't need three. I did make myself sell one Nambu Type 94. The Japanese guns are really the hardest for me to sell, if I'm being honest. And what I've got pulled out to list soon, I've got a spare Enfield. It's actually an Ishapore. I think it's a 1936. It's kind of neat though, because it still has the mag feed cutoff. No volley sights or anything in 1936, but it does have the mag feed. I found a spare Carcano cavalry carbine. It's in 6.5. I have essentially the identical 38 pattern in 7.3, and well, it's kind of cool to have one of each caliber. I don't really need to eat it both, so I'll let one go. I don't actually know what Carcanos are bringing. And I've got 2 Finnish M39s. I've got a Seiko and a VKT. Other than that, I think they're even the same year, 1944, so it's almost like flip a coin, see which one. And I think I'm almost ready to sell one of my L35 Lotties. I've got 2 of them. There and again, I've had a hard time picking. Each kind of has pros and cons, you know. One of them is original World War II configuration, so it's got the loaded chamber indicator and all that. But it's got a little more finish wear, and it has a very small import mark on the underside above the trigger inside the frame. It's very hidden. From the side you can't even see it. The other one is not import marked, but it was a 1960s rebuild with one of the slab side slides that actually says Valmet on it. And those are made by a subcontractor, and the name is slipping my mind right now. But it's kind of cool because it's got a plum finish. But of course, it doesn't have the kind of the bump in front of the rear sight, and of course, it doesn't have the loaded chamber indicator. It's weird to me to keep a gun with an import mark and sell a gun without one. But the one with the import mark is just such a legitimate World War II gun that I know if I sold it, I'd kick myself in the pants. And if memory serves, it's either a late first series or an early second, but I think it is a late first. I think it was technically made during the Winter War, like January of 1940, February of 1940. It didn't see service in the war. It wouldn't have been made in time, but that's pretty neato. But I've been kind of sitting on ready to sell one from when I needed it, and again, appliances need paying for. So another one I decided was the Kalashnikov USA KR 103, the side folder. I actually never intended on keeping one for a couple of years as I've done. I really like the gun, but it's fine. I've got plenty of other 7.62-39 full-size AKs, and more importantly, I've got the KP 104, and that's the one I would definitely keep. So yeah, like I said, duplicates are close enough variants, and those two really only the difference is the muzzle end, so it'll be fine. And then one that is cutting a little deep, but I think I'm there, is my Colt M16 LMG. And the only reason, aside from thinking it'll probably bring pretty decent money, and it's a unique gun, is it was never technically adopted. Like, it was the basis, the carry handle version for the later LSW, but the carry handle original was really just not much more than a demo gun, a prototype, a concept. And again, in a perfect world, but I've had it for several years. I've been able to shoot it, enjoy it. It's about time to move it along. Now, I got it in my 9mm DOE at the same time. I am not selling that DOE. So yeah, I'm keeping that one. Of course, it had legitimate service. Yeah, it of course served with the Department of Energy, hence the name. But it also had limited use by like the Drug Enforcement Agency, and I believe the Marines. I know they had the full-size 10-inch gun, but I think they might have had a small number of the 7-inchers too. Either way, yeah, that's not going anywhere. I'll have to look through my pistols, see if there's any others that could stand to be passed along to other loving homes. But that should be enough for this month's batch to cover things, and then if I have to in July, I'll put up and I'm happy to do it. I mean, I have plenty in the collection, and if I have to sacrifice, say, 15-20 guns to make the cabin happen, it's fine. I mean, that's just life, you know. Time to move things along. Shoot, with the way the East German parts get sold, I'm almost tempted to sell my East German rifle, but not there yet. That would be a, oh shit, I've got to have money now type thing. There's a couple like that I really don't want to sell, but if needs must, I could. Like one of my pre-banned Chinese could go if absolutely needs must. Maybe my early Polish AKM build. Again, not something I want to, but yeah. You know, I would say the FN FS 2000, but I don't know. I really like that gun for some ridiculous reason. I don't know. Maybe the Colt 6320. Again, not something I want to sell, but emergency, like, bills have to be paid or we're up the creek. And that's kind of how it is. And hopefully I won't have to cut in that deep, but, you know, it's alright. I don't like feeling like I'm spending a bunch of money and not paying myself back or not. You know what I mean? It's part of just being fiscally responsible. And so, even though I might lament it, there's also a sense of satisfaction about, well, I did the mature grown-up thing, even if it's not the gratification need thing. It's a thing to do. So, hey. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm planning on actually having J-Ro photograph later on this week and put up. The DSAs are pretty cool. There's a paratrooper in there that I'm kind of liking quite a bit. That's the thing too. I will probably replace some of the guns I sell with a couple of new, you know, good opportunities that I'll sit on for a while. I just wish those Swiss guns would come in the next import batch so we could kind of start moving them, because it's just tying up quite a bit of cash for not a whole lot of reward at this point. But oh well, I'm not really sure what they're up to. But no, life has actually been quite good. Just busy, but again in a good way. And I've just kind of not felt, I guess it's not that I haven't felt like talking. I've been plenty talkative. I just haven't felt very introspective, you know? I think for me, it helps when it's those long summer nights, sit outside. I've been in more of a work mode than a relax mode. So I'm probably not near as fun to talk to. So sorry for not having done black boxes. But it's kind of on YouTube, because you got to watch the videos when I put them out, or it's not really worth it. Yeah, it's just kind of hard to think. There's no major like film event going on. I haven't really heard much new from Hobby Master. Definitely nothing new from Corgi. Although I did order one of the Australian Canberras from Vietnam, but that won't be out until later on this year. That was Corgi. As far as Hobby Master, I should check and see if they've released anything, but I have to admit, Pete of Pete's Collectibles is always really good about emailing or calling me when anything he knows that's up my alley, you know, a MiG or a F4 Phantom or whatever comes in, and he just hasn't. It's not much coming in, so it's alright. I don't need to be spending that money right now. I'm kind of out of shelf space anyway. But yeah, I'm just kind of going over my head, and aside from the Star Wars like micro Galaxy Squad that I recently did the B-Wing and all that on, yeah, not much else. I'll hold off, kind of save the money until something does come up worth getting excited about. We're just getting the summer started, so I'm sure things will happen as we go on with it. Like I said, all the cats are good. Peanut, Hobo. I think I mentioned Seamus had another bout of not being able to pee, and we got him through that. Had to pop a bunch of pills in him. He had to spend basically a week at the vets, but yeah, he bounced back. It's really fun giving a cat like 6 pills every day. I tell you, that's a, especially when he's a big cat. It is like 20 pounds, and it's not just all fat. And a good chunk of that is actually muscle, because he's just physically a big cat. Not to say he doesn't have a little blubber on him, but it's actually good when he gets sick, because then he doesn't eat as much, and at least he's got something to fall back on. Yep. Well, anything new with you guys? Anything new in your life? New pets? Any new planes? Anything else? I wish NECA would release something. That'd be kind of cool. I think the last NECA Predator I got was the Prey one, nigh on almost a year ago now. And that was a really good one, but they've been really quiet too. Yeah. I need to go down and see family. I haven't been down in a couple of months. Every time I kind of plan on it, something seems like it throws kind of a monkey wrench again. A lot of it has to do with the weather. Kind of sucks to go visit when it's just raining the whole time. Can't shoot guns. Gotta, every time you get out of the car, you get wet. Of course, before long, it'll be 100 degrees and humid, so that's fantastic. Well. Oh, my little brother did officially graduate med school and is full-fledged doctor. I mean, he's been doing intern work for a year now anyway, but now he's done with all that and going to Tennessee to do his what would it be, residency? That's after intern, right? So, yep. Good to have a doctor in the family, and one that's markedly younger than me, so he can take care of me as I get older. So that's some cool news, but it's about it on the family front. Well, it's not so much that I'm getting cold, but I'm getting damp, so I think I'm going to head in. And since you keep asking me about Donald Trump, I'll just say this. I'm a winner. I'm good at life. Part of it's luck, part of it's treating people decent, part of it's having good friends you can rely on and can rely on you, part of it's having a family I love and loves me. So yeah, I'm a winner, and I'm sorry, sir. I just don't like losers, and no matter how you cut it, right or wrong, fair or unfair, time and time again, you lose, and that's the definition of a loser. And every time you say you're going to come back and win, you just lose again. And yeah, I don't like losers. I like winners. So I feel sorry for you. Poor thing. You're like the Packlet of life. You just don't get it.